The epic conclusion, part 3 of Link's Crossbow Training, begins now.
Coming soon to a sky near you.
In a Hyrule of uncertainty, one fairy elf boy thingamafucker fights against the same... Oh, a fairy. Oh, hi.
Oh god damn it, it's the first dungeon of Oblivion. I've seen this place so many times, I don't want to see it again.
How many playthroughs of Oblivion have you done, dude?
Well, you see, when you first start Oblivion, you start new games, like, to figure out what kind of character you want to play, right? And you do that a lot. And if you don't wise up and just save your game at the very end of the dungeon before it asks you if you want to respec your person, you're going to go through the dungeon over and over and over and over again. Oh, god damn it. Like, if there's one good thing I can say for Skyrim above Oblivion, it's that there is no big, long dungeon at the beginning of Skyrim. Alright, there's an escape sequence that takes about 10 minutes, and then you're out in the open world. And sure, technically you're supposed to follow this guy that you escaped with back to the nearest town, but you could just fuck off if you want to. You can go whichever direction you want. No one's going to stop you.
Kind of like real life.
In fact, the guy even suggests that it's a good idea to split up, and you only follow him on your first playthrough because you don't know where else to go. And it's the only, real direction the game gives you.
I'm reading developmental notes here on Crossbow Training, and when they were developing this game and trying to figure out how would they fit in the Wii Zapper for this, Miyamoto originally proposed a Terminator-style plot about him time warping to the future, which I guess would excuse his use of guns.
Wait, really?
And it was vetoed immediately.
Future Zelda? Like, that actually kind of reminds me of how Intelligent Systems, when they were in development stages for Awakening, wanted to put the game on Mars.
Wait. Let's just stop. Okay, someone vetoed Miyamoto?
Well, okay, that idea was
said
pretty
no
goddamn...
to Miyamoto?
That idea was pretty goddamn stupid, though.
It would have been awesome, though. Well, come on. Come on.
Oh, no, it would have been awesome, but it would have been stupid awesome, which is arguably the best kind of awesome, but still kind of stupid. Like, I don't know. I would have liked to see it, but it would have been pretty...
Link rocking Matrix outfits and Uzis just to excuse the Wii Zapper. Come on. I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
Okay, look, no, never mind whether the idea is stupid or not. Sticker Star was stupid. Someone said no to Miyamoto. Praise the Lord.
Oh, I see how it is, John. Link gets a gun, and it's cool, but Shadow gets a gun, and it always ruins the franchise. Okay, I see.
The gunplay wasn't the problem. The gunplay wasn't the problem with Shadow the Hedgehog.
The gunplay was actually one of the most solid mechanics in the game.
So up yours, Ted.
It was everything else that was terrible. Like people harp on the guns just because it looks dumb and it's another case of the game trying to be too edgy. But the gunplay itself in game.
Oh no, I agree. I agree that the projectile gameplay in Shadow was just fine. It would have been better if, instead of being a gun, it was Chaos Blasts. No, Chaos Spears, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, and then they did that in Sonic 06, and it was still pretty terrible because it didn't work anything like that.
Well, it's because it was so slow, wasn't it? Like, you could only shoot out, one at a time, whereas part of what made the gun...
You could only do it while you were in... You could only do it while you were in the air, and you can only fire downward and diagonal.
Which, is pretty cool, all things considered, but, part of what made the guns good in Shadow the Hedgehog was the fact that you could shoot a lot of them really quickly. So...
Yeah.
What dungeon is this based off of?
Temple of Time.
Okay. Wait, there's time travel in Twilight Princess?
Slightly, yes.
What happens?
You go back in time to go through a temple to get something.
Oh.
Your car keys.
You mean your opponent keys?
Yeah, your opponent keys. It's just a carrot, and you put it inside her mouth like an ignition key.
And then she goes...
Data zone!
Forgot what level you were on.
Maybe a little bit.
I forgot we were doing this.
I don't blame you. It's a little hard to track.
You don't.
It's not like...
Well, when you're playing the game on a new file, like you play level 1 and then level 2 unlocks, but I'm just using my complete save file because fuck it. But yeah, also Link's Crossbow Training is not the kind of game you play all at once. It's best in spurts, which would have made it better as like a 3DS. Actually, you want to know what? Prediction right now. They're going to bring back Link's Crossbow Training as a mobile game with that mobile partnership that they're doing with that company that I forget the name of.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Where you just touch targets?
Yeah. As fast as possible. Maybe it's more about reflexes than precision, but you know.
So it's elite beat agents with a crossbow.
In the future. So let's bring that idea back, please.
I don't think Elite Beat Agents did very well in the US, which is why they're not bringing it back.
Oh, it's a shame. I like that game.
Yeah, different markets.
Who put all these targets here?
Who built the fucking gigantic one over the lake? That's what
The Great Fairy works in mysterious ways.
She doesn't have anything better to do?
No.
Nope.
What's with the scarecrows?
If you hit their bodies 8 times, and then their head will grow bigger, and when you shoot the head, you get 1,000 points.
Oh.
So they're there to be extra points.
Yeah, but they don't affect your multiplier beyond don't miss them, otherwise your multiplayer will break.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, we're shooting the wolves. I thought the wolves were good.
You're the only good wolf in this game.
Oh.
Eh.
Oh yeah, well, I am assuming we're gonna do Twilight Princess one day. How good is the wolf mechanic in that game?
Meh.
It's okay. Makes you wish you were playing Okami, though.
How much time do you spend as the wolf, though? Like, does it get
Quite a bit.
Do you get like upgrades for it, or
Well,
like?
here's the basic thing. Okay, during the early stages of the game, you switch to the wolf at certain points and have to go through mandatory linear sections as the wolf until you can like get rid of the Twilight thing that's engulfed a certain part of the world and change back. Eventually, you gain the ability to turn into the wolf at will. And then you can switch between human and wolf form whenever the fuck you want, and it gets pretty okay then. But that's also the point at which the game stops forcing you to play as the wolf for extremely long amounts of time. And
it's like relegate the side quests, I believe.
Yeah, and it's like and because the wolf isn't really all that interesting to play as compared to Link himself, the sections where you actually play as the wolf for a linear section and can't turn back into a human, they wear out their welcome by the time they stop happening. So it only lasts the fun factor only lasts as long as the novelty, basically.
Even then, I didn't really have a problem with Wolf Link. Like if we're just talking about control, battle mechanics, it was pretty harmless. It didn't really. It's not as It wasn't so much of a problem as say like with Sonic and the Werehog. It was they still played relatively the same.
That was actually my problem with the wolf, though. The wolf didn't really bring anything to the table. Like like when you're playing as a wolf, you can think of different like melee capabilities or different agility abilities. Like the wolf maybe might run a lot faster or jump further or something. But no, it just sort of plays like Link, except he's a wolf.
I'll buy 10.
and that just means Link loses access to his sword and his tools and stuff.
Which is the kind of the reason why you play Zelda when you think about it, is like the items you get and stuff to solve puzzles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like if the wolf got different wolfy abilities, I don't know, maybe I'd be...
It's like I think one of the gimmicks of the wolf is that you can talk to animals, which has totally never been done in a game before. Wild arms.
Wait, you could talk to animals as early as
else that's memorable.
You could talk to animals in Zelda as early as I would say Ocarina of Time, Twilight, Majora's Mask, the Mask of Truth. You could talk to dogs.
Ah.
Oh, we killed someone.
We killed a dark nut. Nuts. It's funny
Yeah.
because you can put them on your sandwiches, and then you get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Darknuts and Twilight Princess are pretty fun to fight, by the way, because they're the enemies that sort of encourage you to use the special attacks that you learn throughout the game. By encourage, I'm pretty sure I mean you kind of have to use them, but...
I like Darknuts and I don't remember if they were Darknuts or Iron Knuckles in Wind Waker, where you use the counter attack button to swipe them from behind, and when they lose their armor, they still get into like these mixed martial arts poses. So they're not entirely done. You might have gotten rid of their sword, but they're not done with you. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, considering that annoying roundabout game you played in the beginning of Twilight Princess, this game should have been shooting the damn yaks.
Wait, what's up with the yaks in Twilight Princess?
They're a very pointless
think
minigame you have to play a few times.
Why do you have to play the minigame?
I think it's like the first time you get Epona, and I think for the sake of like introducing you to the controls, they have you round up like these yaks to get them inside this barn here.
Yeah, it's part of the incredibly long and tedious opening town section that you have to go through before you get to the actual dungeons, which is
I
most
just
of the
want to
reason
ride my
why
horse.
I never replay the game because I can't last through that section. In fact, you know what? The first time you play Twilight Princess, just get to the beginning of the first goddamn dungeon and copy your save file.
You know, people can say that. You know, you guys say that about a lot of Zelda games. Like Majora's Mask is one. Make a save file for after the prologue.
Compared to Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, Majora's Mask is way shorter.
Or at the very least, feels shorter.
Yeah.
It really all depends on what you're asked to do in the beginning, you know?
The main painful part of Majora's Mask's opening is the first mandatory 3-day period as the Deku Shrub. Kid, person, thing.
And it's not as really. That's more just the first time thing, I think, because that's a lot less painful when you know what the fuck to do. Like,
yeah,
if you don't discover, say, the bomb kid until day 2, you're screwed.
And even then, even in multiple playthroughs, even when you know what to do, there are still ways to speed up that 3-day cycle. So your first 3-day cycle can last, I don't know, probably less than half an hour, compared to Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, where not so much. I honestly don't remember the beginning of Twilight Princess being that bad, but with Skyward Sword in particular, the tutorials are so integrated into what you're doing, you have no choice but to re-experience all that shit.
Like, by tutorials, you mean like the Motion Plus stuff, right?
Just every like NPCs have to talk to you to talk about this, like roll into this or sprint here or jump over this. It's
My cat's missing. Can you go find him before you progress? Oh look, it's Cruz and his gang of bullies.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, those beginning sections slow things down. Like the first time, maybe they're more interesting. The second time, you just want it to be over and done with, and it gets frustrating when there's no way to skip over it. And it's a thing that it's a pitfall that a lot of RPGs fall into. The Persona series is especially bad with that. What else? What's another good one?
I'm trying to remember.
I would say Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2. With the Roxas section.
With the Roxas stuff, terrible. Is like with the first timers tutorial that takes 3-4 hours. I want to say. Even like if you skip all the cutscenes, it takes an hour. But it, you know, whatever. At least you have the option to skip shit.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah. Once a very, very long time ago, I agreed to join someone's Kingdom Hearts 2 Let's Play. It never took off because we never got very far. But I ran out of things to say during the Roxas section. I had nothing else to add. It just kept going.
Hopefully that won't be the case whenever we get to it 10 years from now.
You still have to do Kingdom Hearts 1 first.
Yeah, I know.
You can take your time on that, because I'm going to want to beat that game beforehand, and I'm in no rush to beat Kingdom Hearts.
Well, with our schedule right now, we're not... Even if I were to record Kingdom Hearts 1 now, we probably wouldn't get to it until sometime next year.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but you want to know the difference between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2? The beginning section in Kingdom Hearts 1, if you just plow straight through it, it takes basically no time at all to get to Traverse Town.
Yeah, but
most-
if you're
most-
like me, you'll keep on restarting the race so you can name whatever the ship whatever the hell you want.
We're renaming the ship
Well, yeah.
Fuckballs.
That's the thing. I insist on winning the race. I insist on beating all the kids at their stupid wooden sword duels. And that means fighting Riku about 5 or 6 times because he's a fucking pain in the ass. Oh man.
We're playing the crossbow for
No,
so long, and now we're suddenly getting
Destiny
bosses.
Island just fine in Kingdom Hearts. I got through Traverse Town. I stopped at the Alice in Wonderland level.
How can you stop at Alice in Wonderland? This
I
work
don't
starts to
like
get
Alice.
good.
I don't like Alice in Wonderland. Any version of anything Wonderland, I don't enjoy. It's
That's where it gets good.
I don't like Wonderland. It's just weird for the sake of being weird, and it frustrates me.
But you can eat a coconut to grow 10 feet tall.
Oh, look at how wacky and strange our world is. Marvel. Ugh. Fuck you, Johnny Depp. Fuck you, Tim Burton. Ugh. 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 But anyway,
That was a final boss, by the way.
yeah,
Oh,
you don't even have to.
The game just ended.
You don't have to. If you run out of time, it just ends. You don't have to beat the fossil, whatever the fuck it's called. But you get more points if you do. And it's been a while since I played the game, so I didn't, and I didn't feel like recording that mission again, so I didn't. So
Let's ask the question I should have asked three parts ago. Is it possible to lose?
not really. You can just have a shit score.
Best game in the world, everybody.
Exactly.